Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you've been following my previous videos, you already know that I'm a big fan of using Kaggle, as there are thousands of datasets that we can easily download for any data automation, data analytics and data science projects. Sometimes though I just want to quickly create a dataset with a completely random and gibberish data, and I don't want to spend too much time searching for the right dataset. So in this video, we'll be using Python and specifically the Faker library to generate a CSV file with thousands of rows in just a few lines of code. And let's get started. So I'm gonna switch to PyCharm because this is the IDE that I usually use for any Python projects. And before using the Faker library, we need to install it. So in the terminal, we can write pip install faker, but I've already done this. So it says requirement already satisfied. And now I will add a new Python file, which I will call simply generate data. And first let's import faker. And in the faker library, we have the faker class. So here I'm going to create a new instance of that class. So fake equals faker.faker. Unlike VBA in Python, everything is case sensitive, so it's important that this faker, meaning the class faker, is typed with capital F. And now I can simply use the print command to, let's say, print some fake name. So if I click run, we can immediately see here some fake name, and maybe we can also print fake email and also fake user ID. What else we have? We have fake credit card number. We can also print a fake date of birth. And also maybe print a fake physical address. So if I now click run, we can see that we have name, email, this is the user ID, this is some fake credit card number, date of birth, and we can see that the address appears on 2 lines. And if I want to change that, then I can chain here the address and use the replace method to replace the new line with an interval. So if I now run this, the address appears on a single line. So maybe I can create a list and fill in that list with 5 fake users. So I'm going to create a list called users, and it's going to be an empty list. And I see here that PyCharm imported that users from some other library that I'm not aware of, so I will delete this line. I don't need it. I only need an empty list. And now I can simply write a loop. So for I in the range of 5, in Python that means from 0 to 4 inclusive, so it's going to loop 5 times. And here I can create another empty list, which I will call new user. And the new user can have fake name, fake email, and maybe fake date of birth. And in the date of birth, we can pass minimum and maximum age. So if I want the minimum age to be 18 years, I can add it here. And outside of that new user, I want to append that data in this list. So here I will write users.append new user. And outside this loop, let's print the users. So if I click run, we now can see that we have 5 users here. It's not very visible because everything is in the single line here in the console. So maybe I will place a stop marker here and run it in a debug mode. And in the threads and variables section, we now will see better that the users list, this one, consists of 5 elements from 0 to 4, and each element is a list with 3 items: the name, the email, and the date of birth. But as I mentioned in the beginning, the idea is to create a CSV with thousands of records. So I will stop the debugger and I will delete this line of code. And instead, let's import the CSV module. And here, in order to create a CSV file, we can use with topan. And I'm gonna call this file, let's say users.csv. And the idea is to write to that file. So the mode will be W. And since it's going to be CSV, let's also ensure that the encoding is set to UTF-8. And I'm gonna name this as CSV file. And if I now simply write pass here and click run, then you will see immediately that we have a CSV created in the same folder that I'm running the code. And if I open it, it's going to be empty. So now in order to write to that CSV, I can use the CSV module that I've just imported and use writer and write to that file. So here I will have to pass the name of the file. So CSV file, and I can use the write row method and open parentheses here. And this is going to be my header row. So let's say I want to have user ID. I want to have name. Maybe I will write full name. Yeah, let's use underscores. Be more consistent. Full name, date of birth, address, and email. So the data will consist of these 5 columns. If I now click run, and if I double click the CSV file, we now see here that we have these 5 headers. And now the question is how many rows we need. So I can write a loop here again for I in range 5 if I want 5 rows. And again, we can use the CSV writer to add to rows to the CSV file using the write row method. And here we will add the user ID. So this is going to be fake.user UUID and fake.name and then fake.date of birth. And let's again pass minimum age 18. And fake address. And just like we did before, let's replace the new line with an interval. And finally, skip the comma here. And finally, fake email. And if I now click run and open the CSV, we can see that we have 5 rows of data, but we also see here one little bug that there are empty rows. And this is because in the with open statement, I have forgotten to explicitly set the new line argument here to space, actually to empty string instead of, I think by default it's a new line. So let's set it to an empty string. And if I run this again, now we can see that we do not have empty rows. So instead of creating 5 rows, then let's create maybe, I don't know, 500,000 rows or maybe 50,000 rows. So here I will write, I would use a constant which I will call number of records. Now I will set it to 50,000. And instead of using here 5, let's use our number of records constant. And I think I can do the same for the file name as well. So I will call this file name. And PyCharm once again imported this from somewhere and I don't know why. I don't need it. So I will call this users.csv. And instead of hard coding it here, I will use the constant name. And also there is this like convention in Python that in a loop, if we don't use the variable counter, which simply write underscore. And lastly, outside this with statement, because I guess it's going to take some maybe 10-20 seconds. And I want to know when it's completed. Let's write print. And I will write here that CSV with a name. And in curly braces, we can use our variable names here. CSV with a name has been created. Actually, I will add here with number of records, rows has been created. All right, so this is the entire script. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much time it will take. So I will click run. I guess it's going to take some 10, 20, maybe 30 seconds because it's 50,000 rows. Okay, it's done. It says CSV with a name user CSV with 50,000 rows has been created. And let's directly open it in Excel. Okay, I made some mistake here. And the email, I think instead of calling the email method, yeah, this I should call it here. So let's run this again. But first I will have to close Excel, otherwise it's not gonna allow me to. So yeah, let's run this one more time. And this time let's do it with 10,000 records so we don't wait too much time. Okay, with 10,000 records, it just needed like a few seconds. So let's open this in Excel. And we have, yeah, let me zoom in a little bit. We have the user ID, we have the name, the date of birth, the address, and the email, and we will have exactly 10,000 records. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.